There's only one way for us to go now, and it's not north. I promise there's nothing for us to do up north. We just have to go to the other side. And let's not do it the badass way, let's just do it the old-fashioned way. And I think I grabbed too low to the vines. No, I didn't. I'm surprised. I thought I was just going to fall off. Let's work our way over here until we're comfortable that we won't fall off when we drop down. And across this bridge we go. Now that we have a small key, we can get to the other side, which we couldn't before. You're going to have to take my word on that. Because I don't like wasting time, even though I did when I was trying to get across the room the old... Not the old-fashioned way, but the cheap way. Or the fancy way, or the... Who cares? Can I mortal draw the Serpent Baba? I can, but that doesn't actually do anything. It just stands it up on its stem. I guess it's more effective on some enemies than others. But then again, I didn't really expect it to be too effective on the Serpent Baba. I mean, what else can you do besides stand it up on its stem? And as long as we don't have much else to talk about here, I have to say, with how close Skyward Sword is to being released, if it isn't released already, I would be very surprised and maybe a little bit disappointed if they don't at least reference the Oocca from this game, considering that they are supposedly an ancient race that has lived up here and had a connection with the royal family for generations before this game was made, supposedly. And considering the entire premise of Skyward Sword being in the heavens, you'd think they would reference the Oocca. But at least in all of the trailers that I've seen up to this point, they haven't. Maybe they have by the time the video goes up. But it's a pretty neat secret if they actually don't mention it at all until the game comes out and they actually didn't forget to do this. Now, you could go through this... You could Gale Boomerang jump this. In fact, I might try to do it where... I mean, even if I fail, I want to show how you're supposed to get through the room anyway. I'd like to get the camera angle so I know that I'm actually doing this right. I didn't know... Hi, Pot. How you doing? I brought you all the way over here. I might as well break you. You got a helmet in you. That's pretty neat. So let's see. Can I get the angle I'm looking for? I'm looking for a certain angle. So that way I know that I can actually pull off the jump. That's the angle I'm looking for. There we go. Now you could Gale Boomerang jump that and skip this entire gauntlet area thing. But I'd actually like to show off how you're supposed to get through this the normal way. And I'd like to get the angle on this if I can. No, not enough time. I got enough practice with this in the first room that I should be able to pull it off. But either way, if I fall down, I can just start at the very beginning of the room anyway, so it doesn't matter. I showed you could Gale Boomerang jump that. I don't care. Now, in here is a pretty annoying iron boots puzzle. Almost reminiscent of the Water Temple of Ocarina of Time. Everybody loves that, but only this time you can actually put it on off like an item. And I have to say, even though Wind Waker allowed you to do the same thing, the Wind Waker puzzles just didn't seem to annoy me nearly as much. And I'm not sure what that has to do with, if it's just that they didn't allow you to go underwater at all, and the underwater was the main reason why it was so annoying. But either way, I just found Wind Waker's Iron Boot puzzles not to be nearly as frustrating. And in here's a bit of a preview of where we're going to be going before we head to the mid-boss, who's actually in the basement of this room. But we should have to come in here in the first place, because in here we will get our dungeon map. And this one's actually worth checking out, because this is a pretty big place, all things considered. I mean, 5 floors. You have the basement floors and the east and west towers, you have the main floors, and then the north tower that you actually have to climb up to the top of. And we will eventually be opening this up gate into the main room down there, but for now, we'll leave it alone and just head back in. Take the long way around. Now, the only annoying thing here is that you can't actually cross here, can you? Did I forget to activate the switch on the other side? I forgot to activate the switch on the other side! I'm a genius! But only I can't fall down, because if I fall down, then I would start in the room I just came out of, not in the beginning. So you know what? Forget it. I'm just going to get there, hit the switch, and then boomerang jump it. I don't care. I don't care how long it takes either, because I can just cut out any failed attempts. The boomerang jump makes this dungeon a lot easier than it should be. It's just that I don't know how to do the boomerang jump well enough to trust myself with it on camera. It's a lot of fun to play around with, though. Where's the switch? I tell you what, every time I go through this dungeon, I always forget the switch is here. Probably because I can't find it. Yep, there it is. Nice and hidden. Can't remember how many times it took me to find that switch, but that'll allow us to cross the collapsible bridge that was on the other side there. If we don't do this, of course. So into this room we go. And I'm sure the boomerang jump would actually be fairly helpful here as well. Can we make that jump? I don't want to test my abilities to the point where I start making a fool of myself. Keys. One of you is going to attack me, I just don't know when. There you are. Anybody else? It's nice that we actually have the scale boomerang too, because remember those guys that hide under the tiles that were in the forest temple? Yeah, they're annoying here too. I never noticed that claw shot target here. It's actually a claw shot target. Sweet. Should I jump this? It's so tempting to jump these gaps now. Ah! I really want to. I guess I will. There's no reason not to. The trick is you want to jump just as the boomerang is crossing over the gap. I'm not exactly doing the best job of demonstrating that, considering I'm failing so much. Heart, please. Heart! Is there anything down there that's going to blow me away? I don't think so. Hi, Keys. How you doing? You're dead now. I think that's going to blow me away. Yes, it will. Should I go through this the old-fashioned way? I don't want to get that chest. I know it's not useful for anything. Let's see, we already blew that guy away. I guess I'll not try my luck on these anymore. I'll just go through these the way you're intended to go through them. Just so I don't look like an idiot. I've shown I can do it. I've shown how to do it. I just don't want to... Is there a room above us? It looks like there may very well be. Keys, you gonna attack me, buddy? Keys? Keys? There you are. You're dead now. So across we go. Why do I think there's a dude over there? Bye, dude. You're dead now. Now let's make sure there aren't any more jets here. I don't think there should be. And across we go. You know the enjoyable thing about having enemies in a room where there were gaps? Hey, buddies. I did not expect that to work. Like I said when I first tried attempting the boomerang jumps, I'll either look like a badass in this dungeon or a dumbass. And it depends on how well I can pull off the moves that I'm trying to pull off. But that's really just me. I mean, probably have to weigh this down with our iron boots. Maybe we don't. I guess that's later. Some of these you have to weigh down with the extra weight of the iron boots. Some of them you can just break as they are. Money! I like money. 25 rupees ain't bad. But now we actually have to take the Oocca and fly over to the door over there. Now, I don't think that thing stays on forever, so we'll just wait for it to turn off, and then if the Oocca will actually start flying backwards, so we can... The Oocca doesn't fly backwards. That's very strange. I thought it would fly backwards if I tried flying backwards with it, but it didn't. Oh well. It can only fly forwards. That's interesting to know. Let's go, buddy. Can't bring it with us. It's a bit of a shame. But these are the guys we're supposed to be using to fly around and get to places, and there's nothing behind me, is there? Always gotta check. I think I jumped just too late to catch that one. Nope, just made it. Okay. And there's a treasure chest over there I want. I don't know or care what's in it. I know I want it. 50 rupees. How long is it going to take to max that thing out? I suppose it's a good thing that we're maxing it out when we are. Can we cross it with you? I guess we can. I'll bring you with me as long as I can, buddy, because I like you. For some reason. Where else is there for us to go? Oh, there's a switch over here. I guess it's a good thing I came over to this side. Now, is this one we have to weigh down, or can we just use our own weight? That's fine. Bye, pots. Where's the Oocca I was holding? There you are. I am using you the entire room, because I can. And of course down there are Helmosaurs, but you can get your way back up the same way we're going now. Come on, wind! Wind! Aw. So let's get behind it again. Fly up. And we should be back in the beginning where we started, or at least above the room where we came in. Is there anything else for us here? No, just hearts that we don't need. Alright. Oh, you didn't want to leave me! That's so adorable of you, but I can't go through the door with you. He came with me! Oh my good... Where'd you go? Oocca, buddy! Moment of silence for the Oocca we just left behind, who faded out of existence as we walked through the door. Alright, let's move on. Gee, I wonder which door we're supposed to be going to next. The question is, where is it with respect to us? Take a look on the map. You zoom in. It's on the very bottom floor there, just to the right. And we came in over here, so if we... Oh god, do I really want to take the risk? Let's try it. Nope. I had my sword out, that's why it didn't work. Alright, let's try it again. One more time. I will get the timing for this. I don't care how many lives I lose. I don't care how many hearts it takes. There we go. I don't care. I made it. Say of it what you will, I'm having fun, and that's all I care about. Well, at least we have a couple of pots that we can use to restock on money, because we apparently need money more than we need life. Silly game. Why would we need arrows in here? Why do I think the game will be nice to me and start giving me stuff that I need? Because I'm stupid. Don't answer these questions. These are rhetorical questions that were not meant to be answered by anyone. Except maybe me. But then they wouldn't be rhetorical. I'm giving myself a lot to think about. Oh well, let's head down here. Take off the iron boots, and... into the mid-boss chamber we go. Meet the aeralfos. One of the least intimidating mid-bosses we've seen in a fairly long time. Wait for him to prepare an attack, he'll put his shield up, and his shield just happens to be a claw shot target. So use that, bring him down, and just go to town. See if I can mortal draw him. I've never tried. No, can't. He's actually blocking it. It's fairly smart of him. Fairly advanced. I didn't think he would be smart enough to do that. But eventually he'll take to the skies again, and just wait for him to, you know, put up the shield again as he tries to attack you. It's really a fairly straightforward battle from here. Usually I can only get one combo on him whenever I bring him down, but he enters phase 2, which is his pissy mode phase, where he just flies around. There you are, buddy. I'm not going to wait for you to charge at me before I hit you. Don't fall off, Link! Good Link. Don't be stupid. There you are, buddy. Calm down here. I thought you wanted to fight like a man, with your sword. Like most men do. Come on, buddy. Okay, apparently even when he's trying to attack me, he's... Well, I broke the pot, I might as well get the heart. Get the heart. Come on. L target before he gets here. It's nice that they don't have the open air behind you, otherwise you would have been able to swoop in from all 4 directions and you would be able to cover all 4 with your sight at a single time. Because he does come in here a lot faster than I recalled he did. Well, at least we can get out now, and why the doors flash as they open, I don't know. There should be a couple of pots around here, too. I'd like to restore some health if at all possible. If nothing else, I'd like to be able to use that fully charged spin attack. And if you didn't pick it up, a lot of the secret techniques that we're learning, although I've never actually played most of the older games, you couldn't use them unless you had all of your health or very little of your health or something, and I guess it's a little bit of a throwback to that. But now we get a second claw shot for some reason, and you'd think this would be a pretty stupid addition to our weaponry, but with 2 claw shots, we can actually hold up against a wall and use a second claw shot, so that allows us to play Spider-Man, I suppose. Which we have to do in order to get out of this room conveniently enough. The idea is you want to look for a claw shot target in the ceiling, lower yourself down a little bit, and then see if you can find the vines that we used. Well, we didn't actually use them, did we? But there were vines in the vent that we came down through. So we just have to turn around, grapple onto those, and climb our way back up.